Welcome debtors to Bankruptcy Bailout. My name is Matt Berkus, Colorado bankruptcy and debt relief attorney. And you always say here at Bankruptcy Bailout is that debt ruins lives, not bankruptcy. So today we're going to tackle one of the most commonly asked questions regarding Chapter 7 bankruptcy, and that's, will you lose your car in Chapter 7 bankruptcy? So the quick good news is that most likely you're not going to lose your car in Chapter 7 bankruptcy. However, there's a lot of issues that have to be unpacked to answer that question. So let's get into it here real quick. So first, you have the vehicle as an asset in bankruptcy, and the question there is there enough equity in the vehicle to justify the bankruptcy taking the car and selling it to pay something to your other debts that are otherwise going to be eliminated in bankruptcy? And then you have the issue with the car loan that's financing the vehicle, or that financed your purchase of the vehicle. So let's talk about the car as an asset first. Every state has what's called asset exemptions. These are exemption laws that allow you to protect certain assets or equity in those assets, notwithstanding the fact that you're filing bankruptcy. So for example, in Colorado, the vehicle exemption is $7,500. So what that means is you can protect up to $7,500 of equity in the vehicle. So how do you figure this out? Well, simply you take whatever the current value of the vehicle is, let's say $15,000, subtract whatever loan you have on the vehicle, in this case, let's say $10,000. So if that difference, in this case $5,000, is under your state's equity exemption, then the car is protected and it doesn't matter. If the equity is over the exemption, then the car is at risk in bankruptcy. The bankruptcy trustee may take the car and sell it. But even then, you're not likely to lose the vehicle because most cars don't have that much equity in them, if at all. And a lot of trustees will allow you to work out a payment plan, usually over 6 months, in order to pay off whatever equity is in the vehicle. So let's say you had $3,000 in equity, or let's keep the math simple, $2,000 in equity in the vehicle. So the trustee will usually allow you to make payments to buy out the $2,000 of equity, and then you still keep the vehicle. Now the other issue in Chapter 7 bankruptcy when it comes to vehicle is the car loan. In order to keep the car in Chapter 7 bankruptcy, you have to be current on payments, right? If you're behind on your payments going into Chapter 7 bankruptcy, you're going to lose the car to the lender just like you would otherwise, right? Chapter 7 bankruptcy is not a vehicle, pun intended, is not a mechanism to keep your car if you're not making the payments. All right, so in other words, the car lender is still going to be able to repossess your car, but finally Chapter 7 bankruptcy maybe buys you a month or two before you will actually lose the vehicle. So whatever you do, and I see this a lot, don't file Chapter 7 bankruptcy in the hope that you're going to stave off a repossession or be able to keep the car. That's not how it works. The car lender gets the car, and if you want to keep the car after the bankruptcy, you have to keep making payments on it. All right, so I hope that clarifies for you what happens or whether you will lose your car in bankruptcy. So to sum up, there's going to be an exemption law in your state that protects some manner or value of the vehicle. And most likely, 99% of the time, that's going to protect your vehicle in bankruptcy. And the other part of that is, in order to do a Chapter 7 bankruptcy and keep the vehicle, you have to be current on payments. Again, my name is Matt Berkus. In order for us to keep bringing you content like this, I need likes and subscriptions to this channel, so please do so if you found this video useful. Now, I get it. I understand you don't really want people to know you're looking at this kind of stuff, but consider it as a way to sort of pay it forward. You found this video, you found it helpful, so by you liking and subscribing to this channel, other people will be able to find this information and be able to use it to their benefit. So my name is Matt Berkus, Colorado bankruptcy attorney, and this is Bankruptcy Bailout. Remember that debt ruins lives, not bankruptcy.